If you're like me, you have a voice in your head that every single day is telling you that you need to be doing more, that you need to be pushing for more. That voice is your best friend. You never want that voice to be quiet. And I know there's a lot of people saying that, hey, you are good enough right now. You don't need to push yourself so hard. Be in the present moment, all of this stuff. But that voice is a voice of ambition that driven people need to listen to if they want to actually have self-actualization and fulfill their own potential. Now, if you look at little kids are ambitious as fuck, right? Like, if you ask a little kid what they want to be when they grow up, they say astronaut, president, rock star, all this super ambitious stuff. Like, they want the world for themselves. And we don't tell that child, no, you don't want to be too hard on yourself. Like, you should go for something easier. You should relax. You should take a break. We encourage that. And in fact, we're inspired by that. That innocent sense of greatness that children have. And I feel like right now, as a species, there's a war on excellence. Like, billionaires are evil. There's so much hatred toward people who are successful. We almost like dehumanize people who are successful. Like, we literally make them not human because there's something confronting about seeing someone who's so much more successful than you. And I think a lot of the time when people say this stuff like you are good enough, honestly, it's just cope. Now, at a fundamental level, you are good enough. You're an infinite soul. Your soul's value is infinite. But your market value is finite. The things that people want in life, like money and status, these are not things that anyone is inherently worthy of or anyone deserves. Because these are things that you get from giving to other people. You get money because you give things that other people value with money to them. You give them something with market value. You get status because you give other people something that they value because it gives them a positive experience and positive emotions, and they trust you more. That's where status comes from. So this idea that you're good enough, it's not wrong, but it's misplaced a lot of the time. And I think of the voice in the back of my head that always is pushing me for more, is pushing me for greatness, as my true self, myself with a capital S, my higher self, or just the child in me who knew he was destined for greatness and won't settle for anything less. And what happens is as we go older, that voice that wants greatness gets filtered through the wounded ego. And it's the wounded ego that distorts that very clear, pure voice of ambition. And then it distorts that voice and it makes it an unhealthy voice that's having an unhealthy conversation with you about how you're worthless or you're a piece of shit or there's something wrong with you. However, the purest part of us, let's call it the higher self knows what we're capable of and wants to experience that. We never want that voice to be quiet. We just want to have a healthier conversation. And in fact, we want to hear that voice with clarity, without the distortion and without the ego. So this is my issue with positive affirmations. Yeah, I think positively affirming the infinite value of your soul is fucking great. Like for sure do that. But don't tell yourself a story about how you deserve things that you haven't put in the work to deserve yet. It would be like playing a video game. And at the start of the video game, you're level 1. And you know that it's not until that you're level 99 that you get the best shit. Like you get the best weapons, you get the best armor, you get the best mounts, you can be in the best guilds, you can do the best dungeons. Like you don't get that shit until you're 99. How stupid would it be if you were sitting in the tutorial part of the game and just telling yourself, I deserve the best weaponry. I deserve the best armor. Like that would be ludicrous. You haven't put in the work yet. So no, you don't deserve it. You're not worthy of it yet. You put in the work to become worthy of those things. But fundamentally, you as a level 99 and you as a level 1 have the same fundamental worth. Like we should both afford you human rights and treat you with decency. But when it comes to having things in the material world that require that you give something to someone else, you need to give. And if there's a voice in your head that's telling you that you need to push harder, maybe it's telling you that because you haven't given enough yet. Like, I know in my voice, I'm like, damn, like, I'm at a great place, but fuck, there's so many levels above where I am that I know I want to be. So I need to put in the work to go get it. And is there a time to relax? Yeah, that's called recovery time. Like, you want to recover when pushing yourself would actually get in the way of your long-term success. That's the time to actually chill. But I think particularly in personal development and spiritual circles, there's a lot of bullshit bypassing of ambition, of that natural human desire to experience the best fucking life that you can. And that sucks. Because I think being excellent is not just good for you, it's good for everyone, no matter how much of an assault there is on those ideas. So I think it's great to do inner work, but also do outer work. Don't just do personal development, do life development. And life development includes external things. And if you want materialistic things, guess what? God put you in a materialistic reality, so you might as well go after the material things and experience the best material shit. And it's like, if you want a girl with a great set of boobs, a great butt, and an awesome personality, then go after that and become the person who deserves that person. If you want a guy who's super honest, super caring, makes a lot of money, has a six-pack and a big dick, go after that. And then make sure you're a woman who deserves that. And in order to become deserving of high-level things, you need to be a high-level character, and that requires work. And I guess, why am I so incensed about this? I'm incensed about this because I just had a session with the client, and we were talking about, like, this feeling of not good enough. And we want the feeling of, like, it's interesting, like, we don't want this wounded sense that there's something wrong with you. Like, that's not useful, and it's not healthy. But we don't want the voice that says, hey, step the fuck up, there's more. And I'm challenging you to find more in yourself. We don't want that voice to go away. Because that's the adult that's trying to take care of the child who wants more. Never let that voice go quiet. Never numb yourself to that voice. And when you don't listen to that voice, what actually happens is you just have this existential void. You have this existential anxiety. And I know that because I've had it and I still have it. And the only way I've been able to find that makes it go away is by actually doing the things I know I'm fucking supposed to and actually creating the life that I want to create. It's after a job well done that I feel my best. Actually, even better than achieving the goal sometimes. So maybe this flies in the face of a lot of like personal development wisdom. I don't care because it's the truth. And I think doing inner work is good. Be at peace with yourself and then give yourself what the version of you who was 5 years old one day and said, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be president, I want to be a rock star, I want to be a billionaire. Give that 5-year-old version of you the life that they want. And show them that they deserve it by doing the things that someone who deserves it would do. Go have a fucking great life. Go create it. Love you.